Hello. We are here today to talk to Dr. Clifford Chafin, co-founder of Mathjack. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr. Chafin.
Well, I'm a physics PhD from North Carolina State University. I have designed a number of labs and educational products over there, and I interfaced with a company called WebAssign, which was also founded in the physics department at North Carolina State. I've also been a long-term math and physics tutor and run an elite set of tutoring services here built on Socratic methods.
So tell us a little bit about Mathjack and how can it help people?
Well, Mathjack is basically an online subscription homework grading and evaluation service.
Okay, so you grade homework. Don't teachers do that?
Yeah, well, not really anymore. That's the kind of interesting thing is when a lot of us were kids, they gave us the homework and we graded it and handed it back. Around 2000, they sort of switched over to spot grading, maybe just a few problems here and there. But now they essentially, if you're sixth grader up, you typically get no graded math homework back at all. You will have homework done, and then you will have a test, and before you move on to the next module, and you get the grade back, and you may not even get to keep that test. So often you have no written record of what you've done at all.
Okay, so how much can grading make a difference?
Well, for a lot of students, it can be quite a bit. I mean, especially if the parents are actually involved and engaged. With Common Core curriculum, a lot of parents are really feeling somewhat lost in terms of helping their kids with math anyway, and especially get to the high school level, their skills in that area may not be that good anyway. So having something to work with, something that the parent and the kid can look at, and especially if it's tailored feedback, saying you are not applying these rules correctly here, you're doing it right half the time, or for these problems you're fine, over here you're not. So having that kind of feedback and also directed resources for ways to improve that quickly and effectively, that's where we can really make a difference.
Okay, so if grading is so important, why don't all the kids flunk out because they don't have it?
Well, yeah, we do much more than grade, like I said. We're aimed at giving tailored feedback. However, there are some reasons for this, and part of what I've observed over the last few years dealing with a number of school districts and the way Common Core is implemented is the education departments and the Common Core builders have got their thumb on the scale. And so what they found a way to do is they will give the material and they will teach to the test, which is a little bit worse than it even sounds, because what they do is basically find a way to get the kids through and basically pass it on to some other teacher the next year, and that's their problem. So there'll generally be a point of catastrophic failure, often around junior year, where suddenly they actually have to have those skills and haven't just learned how to mimic some set of steps to get an answer.
Okay, so let's say I have a kid and he's having trouble in math. He's been bringing home tests and the grades really aren't that good. I don't really know what the problem is. Do you think that Mathjack can help?
Well, maybe. So it's going to really depend on the details of the kid and what's going on. I mean, one thing we always recommend is make sure you check their vision, make sure there's not some other thing going on. So for a lot of kids in this situation, we recommend a trial subscription service, or we can actually look at some stuff and even give out some tailored materials that'll help us narrow, do they have any actual holes that they're dealing with, or big holes? In some cases, if that's not the case, then you can just move on efficiently and seek the other problem. But if it is that, then yeah, we can often make a big change before it becomes a catastrophic problem. We can also sound an alarm early for some people when maybe a private tutor is actually going to be needed.
Okay, well, that gives me a good idea. Thank you very much, Dr. Chafin.
Thank you.